Guys, I'm going to show you this interesting recipe for a lentil-based paneer slash tofu concoction that's going around on the internet. And having a Kenwood hand mixer and a Kenwood air fryer is really going to make things that much easier. I'm going to show you how to use them to incorporate it into this recipe to get it done super easy. Right, so to kick this off, you need 1 part lentil, 3 parts water. Right, so which means it doesn't matter what measure it is, right? So I've used 1 cup and there's 3 cups of water, but it could be just a bowl that's 1 part and then 3 times that of water, right? So we need to heat up our water. You get it to boil. And I'm going to close it up with the lid because we don't want any evaporation to take place. And what we're going to do as soon as it comes to a rolling boil, we're going to turn it off, put our lentil and leave it to soak for about 10 minutes, right? And then I'll tell you what's next. So the water's come to a boil. We're going to turn off our stove, immediately dump all our lentil. We're going to cover it up and give it another 10-15 minutes to completely soak up all that warm water and soften up, because next we move on to our hand blender to puree this. So I actually let this soak for about half an hour. It's still warm to the touch, but I can see that the lentil has kind of absorbed the liquid and kind of inflated just a little bit. So what we're going to do is puree this, and this is the great thing about hand mixers, right? You can put it straight in the pot. It's not going to damage your pot, right? And you don't have to keep transferring it to different dishes. It's so convenient. That's it. And now we're just going to cook this until it thickens. And of course, we're going to add our salt now for flavoring. So leave this aside. And for about a cup, I would say 2 teaspoons of salt should be plenty. Yeah, so we start off, and we're going to do it on a medium-high heat. So you're going to just whisk vigorously throughout this entire process until we get to the desired texture, which I will show you. So this is kind of where you want it to be. Yep, so that's ready. But you'd work quickly because this will start to stiffen. So work quickly because this is going to start setting. And actually, if you even leave it out, it will kind of congeal into a block. But leave it in the fridge, it's going to dry out more, it's going to harden, firm up, and actually leave it for at least a day. That's my recommendation, because you're going to be able to cube it up really nicely, and as you're cooking it, the day after, it's going to hold its shape a lot better. So this is what your lentil paste will look like once it's chilled overnight. It's really firm, right? And it looks very tofu-like, right? So I'm not going to use all of this. This is actually good for a good 3-4 meals if it's 1 person, right? This is really budget friendly, and you saw even process-wise super easy. You can make it, it'll keep in the fridge, so you make it in one go. I think we'll use about a quarter of it, right? So the rest can go back in. So I'm gonna cube this into little squares, and we're gonna crisp these up in the air fryer, and I'm going to use this to toss through in a salad. It's going to be amazing. Right. Yeah, and that's about as much that can fit at the base of our air fryer, so I think it's perfect one. We're going to put it in a bowl first. And thinking I want these really golden and crispy, so I'm going to add just a little dash of oil and toss it through before I put it in the air fryer. Right? Very little. And then just kind of toss it through and just give it a good mix up. You can do it with a spoon. Right, and then make sure it's lined up so it doesn't stick. And we're just going to dump everything in, right? So we do that one, let's go a little higher for not that long, about 8 minutes, and we see how it looks after that. So actually I had to make some minor adjustments to the timing and the temperature. So I actually recommend, if you're going to try this, actually increase the temperature to 200 Celsius and the cooking time to about 15 minutes. Right? And then I think you'll get the perfect brownie. So we're almost done. So we're going to toss this in a salad. So let's get our salad going. Hopefully it'll be ready by the time this comes out. So I'm going to use some yogurt first. I'm actually going to make 2 dressings because I love layering my salads. So quite a bit of curd, and I absolutely love tahini. Right? If you can't get this, you can always make it at home. It's a very easy recipe, but it is so nutty, so punchy when it comes to the flavor. I mean, it's so unexpected in a salad because it looks so creamy and unassuming, but it just packs up all of it. And we're going to first check it for salt. Salt seems fine. We're just going to give it a little bit of lime juice to thin it out. Nice. So that's about the consistency. I'm going to add all our greens at the start. So I have 2 different kinds. Oh, and lentil is done too. So I'm using big chunky leaves. Oh, that's just perfect. I don't know if you can see that. That's exactly how I want. Almost looking like croutons, right? Nice and crispy and oh, perfect. Can you hear that? Yeah. So we're going to let that cool for a bit though, because this is piping hot, right? And while that happens, right, I'm going to finish up this salad. And we have to now toss this through. There you go, be nice and creamy. Right. And to this, we're going to start layering. We're going to put a lot of pomegranate. So now we've added a pomegranate, and we're going to just toss it through. Just make sure it doesn't collect at the bottom, so that's why you keep tossing it. Oh, that looks so nice. So I'm going to start adding some avocado. We're going to start layering this salad. You can put whatever you like. Honestly, I mean, you're the one who's going to have to eat it. So put your favorite fruits, your favorite vegetables. I mean, I like sweet and savory. So even pineapples, apples, you name it. So I'm just scoring down the middle. And then scoop it out. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's a little warm, but that's fine. You can start tossing in. The salad is almost done. Oh, this is so inviting. What I want to do now is really give it a little kick, and we're just gonna mix up some curd with some raw minced garlic, right, some salt, and some lime juice. And just kind of very haphazardly drizzle it. So I'm taking a spoonful of tahini and I'm going to mix it with some water to thin it out. So you want a nice drizzling texture. Yeah, there we go. So this is kind of what we're looking for, a nice pourable texture, and that's going to go all over on top. So we've gone very heavy on the dressing, but we're gonna then kind of garnish it again with some of the elements that we had going on here before. Yep, and just clean up. And I just like to just serve it up in my glass salad bowl. Just need to get a tissue, clean up the edges, and you're ready to serve. Yeah, all I got left to do is taste this salad. I think I got a piece of everything in this one. The lentil paneer, the avocado, pomegranate, and lettuce. It's a good salad. It's layered. It's got all the different notes. It's got sweetness, it's got tang, it's got creaminess and the crunchy texture from the lettuce. The kind of, I wouldn't say croutony, but like tofu-like texture, essentially, but it's crispy. And then the creamy bite of the avocado, which is different to the rest of the creaminess that's going on. And the tahini, the nuttiness, oh my God. I love it. And all thanks to these guys.